Hello friend, in this video we are discussing about objective, requirement and types of transition curve. A transition curve is a curve of varying radius. The radius of such curve varies from infinity to a certain fixed value. A transition curve is provided on both ends of the circular curve. The transition curve is also known as spiral or azimuth curve. Let us discuss about the objectives of providing transition curve. Why we provide transition curve? To accomplish gradually the transition from the target to the circular curve and from the circular curve to the tangent. Whenever you are traveling on a straight path, if we have to get a turn, then it will start from gradual, so that we don't have to reduce our speed, we can take the turn at the same speed. But if there is no transition curve provided and directly circular curve is provided, we have to apply the brakes, slow down the vehicle, and then we can take the sharp curve. So to avoid sharp curves, we have to provide transition curve. To obtain a gradual increase of curvature from 0 at the tangent point to the specified quantity at the junction of the transition curve with the circular curve. So to get the gradual increase and decrease in the curvature, we have to provide transition curve. To provide the super elevation gradually from 0 at the tangent point to the specified amount of the circular curve. So in providing super elevation also, we have to use transition curve. And then to avoid the overturning of the vehicles, we use transition curve. So we have discussed about the objectives. Now let us see about the requirements of the transition curve. It should meet the original straight tangential. It should meet the circular curve tangentially. Its radius at the junction with the circular curve should be the same as that of the circular curve. So its radius at the junction should be same as that of the circular curve. The rate of increase of curvature along the transition curve should be same as that of the increase of super elevation, and the length should be such that the full super elevation is attained at the junction with the circular curve. So these are some requirements of ideal transition curve. The types of transition curve which are in common use are a cubic parabola, a clothoid or known as spherical, and lemniscate. The first being used on railways and third one on highways. Generally we use first and third, that is cubic parabola and lemniscate. Now let us discuss about how to find out the length of transition curve. The length of transition curve may be determined in the following ways. So there are three ways. First, by an arbitrary gradient. The length may be such that the super elevation is applied at a uniform rate of 1 in n, and the value of n varying from 300 to 1200. Therefore, the formula of L is very important. L is equal to what? NH, where L is the length of transition curve in meter, H the super elevation in meter, 1 in n is nothing but the rate of canting. And second, by the time rate. The transition curve may be such a length that the cant is applied at an arbitrary time rate of a centimeter per second, and a varying from 2.5 to 5 centimeter, where L is what? The length of transition curve in meter, H dash the amount of super elevation in centimeter, and V the speed in meter per second and A is the time rate, which is given in next slide. That is time taken by vehicle in passing over the transition curve is given by h dash v upon A, and super elevation attended at this time is given by LA by V, that is nothing but h dash. And third method is by the rate of change of radial acceleration. This rate should be such that the passenger should not experience any sensation or discomfort when the train traveling over the curve. So it is taken as 30 centimeter per second. Now the radial acceleration on the circular curve is given by formula v square upon r, and the time taken by vehicle to pass over transition curve is taken as L by v seconds. The radial acceleration attained in L by v seconds at the rate of 0.3 meter per second cube is equal to L by v into 0.3 meter per second cube. So this is your third equation to find out length of transition curve, that is L is equal to v cube upon 0.3 r, and the centrifugal force and the weight is called as your centrifugal ratio, and the centrifugal ratio can be found out by using formula v square upon gr. Also we can find out the L by using the centrifugal ratio, which can be found out in the formula, that is L is equal to 12.80 under root r if we substitute the value of V from your centrifugal. And for railways, the length can be found out by using formula L is equal to 4.526 under root r. The equation 5 and 6 is to be used only when the full centrifugal force is developed and when the rate of gain of radial acceleration is 0.3 meter per second. So for 5th and 6th formula we can be used when centrifugal force is developed and when the rate of gain of radial acceleration is 0.3 meter per second square. Continuing the above video, setting out the transition curve by tangent offset. Now we have to set out the transition curve, and that can be done by the tangent offset method. That is, first is cubic parabola. Now from T, measure x coordinates of points along TB and locate the points on the curve by setting out the respective offset perpendicular to TB at each station. This is nothing but your offset from long chord, so in which we use the chord, but here we are using tangent offset. So from tangent we have to take out the offsets. And for second, cubic spiral, as we know we have different types of curves. So for cubic spiral method, if we are set up by using tangent offset, each point is located by swinging the chord length from the preceding point through the calculated offsets. So from T1 we can swing the chord length and find out the next point, that is D. Then we can find out E from D and so on. So setting out the transition curve by offset from tangent T1 and from the circular arc, that is E1E. This method is based upon the fact that we have often formed the circular arc E1E to the transition curve at a distance x from E equal to the offset from the tangent T1T to the transition curve at a distance x from T. So the transition curve at a distance x from T, the tangent offset being calculated, this formula is equal to, have to find out the tangent offset y. So y is equal to what? X cube upon 6RL. So by this, using this formula and this method, we can set out the offset from the tangent, and in this method therefore half the transition curve is set out by means of offset from the tangent, that is T1, and the remaining half by the means of offset from circular arc E1E. So in this video we have discussed about the transition curve, its objectives, their requirements, and the types of transition curve, and how to find out its length and how to set out transition curve.